Dear friends, if you have been following the news lately, two of our astronauts, Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore, returned to Earth from the space station after an unexpected delay of 9 months. Originally, they planned to stay there for 8 days. However, those astronauts didn't have much choice rather than to wait patiently. They couldn't book a return flight and come home. They had to trust the process and rely upon other people to bring them back. Finally, they landed safely, and that's a great news. But in 1986, we were stunned by a national tragedy when the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded only after 74 seconds after the liftoff. 7 astronauts were killed in that catastrophic accident. In today's Gospel, Jesus gives us 2 examples of shocking disasters that occurred during Jesus' lifetime. One of the incidents was the ruthless murder of Galileans while they were offering temple sacrifices. Probably this was Pilate's way of silencing his political agitators. The other incident occurred was the construction accident which happened near Jerusalem temple. These 2 incidents are brought up by the Jewish people who presumed that those killed were being punished by God. But Jesus denies that, because suffering and accidents are not always punishments from God. Rather, they could be the results of human mistakes, errors, or from the imperfection of our planet Earth. Many people throughout the history have asked the question, how can God stand by and see so much suffering and injustice in this world and not to do anything? This leads us to the age-old problem of evil. God does not condone injustice or any other sufferings in this world. God has done something about it. He has sent His Son to save us. God continues to do something about it. Particularly, God calls different people of goodwill to do something to correct or to rectify the wrongs in the world or to fix the world. As the saying goes, God has no other hands on earth but ours. God wants us to use our hands and our voices to bring justice, peace, and respond to those in need. Jesus makes it very clear in the Gospel passage that there is no connection between one's life and the misfortunes that happen to them. Whether the cause is human willpower, like Pilate, who ruthlessly killed the worshippers while they were at prayer, or even whether the tragedy is caused by an accident or negligence, like the tower falling upon those 18 people. These tragedies also convince us that the circumstances of our life are not completely under our control. In the Gospels, Jesus shows that He is always caring about the poor and the suffering, and to say God as one who works through the natural calamities to punish the wicked is to distort the true image of God, God of love and mercy. In fact, the parable of the fig tree we have today in the Gospel shows God's infinite patience with the humanity, and He always offers opportunities for our personal growth. Similarly, we can see God's healing and compassionate touch in the hands of all those volunteering to help. Like today, we have so many non-profit organizations to showcase what they are doing for our local community. And we see many people go out of their way to help others in times of disaster and loss. It is Christ himself we see active and practically at work in the healing offered by our loved ones, friends, and people of goodwill who are comforting those who are mourning their loss, bandaging the wounded, and feeding the starving, building houses or other structures after any natural disasters. Finally, in today's gospel, Jesus reminds us that God is not filled with anger or retributive justice, but God is like a loving parent, full of mercy, love, and compassion. Not only does God refuses to abandon us, but he also chooses to attend to us, even if we are not grateful for his blessings in our life. God is never tired of taking care of us. He is patiently waiting for the good fruits, like the fig tree planted to produce the fruits of faith, hope, and charity. And God always gives us second chances in our life. And so we must not stop our good work, acts of charity, even if we don't get the desired results. He also leaves us with this caveat that our time is limited. And so start bearing fruit now by contributing to the lives of others in a positive manner, since there is not much time left to produce good fruits and to use the present time to serve God and others.